It's rare that you come across a town in the Northwest that's super surf vibe and just this like tight-knit community, and I really feel like Tofino's like that. You come in and there's surf shops everywhere, and everybody's super friendly. And when I heard about the trip and how we were gonna, go fish some remote rivers and access old logging roads with mountain bikes, like, I was pretty into that. That was something that I've never really done before, and yeah, sounded really cool.
It's pretty unique experience when you're a 20-minute boat ride from Tofino, which is a crazy surf tourism town, and then all of a sudden you're in the middle of nowhere, and it's just you and your buddy, whoever you're fishing with, in this case Eric.
We just took a little boat ride. We got our big fat tire bikes here, and we're about to go rip up a logging road and look for a few fish.
We are gonna ride a few kilometers up this logging road. We're gonna get our leg workout in for the day, get warmed up, a little nippy this morning.
All right, boys, let's rip. I'm hyped.
Little waiter stash right there.
It's pretty amazing what you can access if you just put a little bit of extra effort into it. Loading up the boat with our bikes and going out to a remote river and accessing these old logging roads. It's pretty fired up about it. Just from my little experience here on the island, everything seems to be pretty water dependent, and there was a big push of water like a week ago. Then it got really cold and clear, so everything dropped and was pretty low, and we kind of knew that going into it, but our first side of the river, it was like, wow, it's really low. Gin clear, we pretty much knew it was going to be pretty tough. Put our best foot forward and gave her everything we had, and found a little cutty, which was sweet. Always respect a beautiful trout, but really we were after some cohos, and we saw some, but man, it was, yeah. The beauty of the island is there's a lot of diversity here, a little bit of everything. So if you're having trouble catching coho in one system, you can move to another that's maybe lake fed or has some more water in it, and that's pretty much where we were at. We were like, well, the river we wanted to fish for coho wasn't really working out, so we went to another river and found some steelhead.
It's pretty awesome being able to basically create any adventure that anyone wants to go on. There's just so many opportunities, within a half an hour of your doorstep. It's super, super unique. I've traveled quite a few places all over BC, and there's not a place I've been to that's the same.
To be totally honest, people are pretty tight-lipped about their rivers here, and rightfully so. I respect that. I know there's epic fishing here, but it's kept pretty under wraps, and it's a good thing. We showed up to the river, and it was really warm. Seemed like it was a pretty mild evening, not any frost on the river, so we were pretty confident that there might be some active fish in the river, so I was pretty fired up on fishing a dry fly. Teeth marks in that one. That's a good sign. Should work. lot of times you know, fish it dry and somebody comes through with a wet fly and they pick your pocket, and yeah, that's pretty typical. And yeah, I fished the first run with a skater, and Pete came through with a wet and got a really nice fish. It was awesome. Nice little doe. Every system has different fish, and it's always a pleasure to just see a fish from a different river system. You know, I was fishing below and Pete hooked this fish and I was like, I'm reeling up and coming up to see that fish, you know? So I got up to where he was landing it, and just, yeah, every fish has different characteristics and different genetics, and yeah, it was a really beautiful fish. Stoked I got to see that. I'm a huge fan of figuring stuff out. Like, it's awesome when you go fishing with somebody who knows the system and they're like, go fish there, and you're gonna get one right behind that rock, and that's fun. It's also way more rewarding when you just figure it out yourself and you like don't know if there's a fish there, but maybe you have a hunch and then you get one and you're like, that was, yeah, that's pretty much as good as it gets.
I turned to Jordan, I'm like, I'm about to get one, and literally like 5 seconds later.
Kind of just sitting there, and it wasn't a super huge fish. I figured I'd just kind of put the cork to it and try to land it, and it popped off. I mean, like, seriously though, that's fishing. Like, if you lose a fish and you're gonna get all upset and that's gonna ruin your day, then you probably shouldn't be out here in the first place, you know? It's like, there's so much more to it than actually like holding and possessing a fish. It's like, it's so beautiful and just such an epic adventure. It's like, yeah, it's good stuff. And then I actually hooked another really nice one. Felt like pretty nice, and it was just taking some sweet runs and screaming, and that one just popped off. That'll also happen with steelhead. I was psyched. That was so much fun, just to like get that experience and get the take, and yeah, fight that fish for a bit. That was really special. And that fish won. You know, like, touche, man. Hats off. That fish deserves to not be touched by my slimy hands.